Hey guys, Python here, and today we're going to be testing out what the top shaders for Minecraft PvP are. So before we get into this video, be sure to hit subscribe. We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers, and I would like to hit 1,000 subscribers before Easter, so let's get into it. So the first one is Sildur's Enhanced Default. It's a very popular shader for Minecraft and Minecraft PvP especially. Now with all the shader packs, I will have them in the description, and I will be testing them all out with the default 1.16 textures that were backported by Fwiblington, and I'll have his channel in the description as well. But without further ado, I'm just going to be testing these out, and you can tell me which ones you think are the best. I'm just going to try and bridge over to red. Killed him there. See if I can go and... no, I don't think I'll be able to. So this is a very simple shader that a lot of people use, and it works very well. And it's mainly just shadows it adds. It doesn't really change the game too much, but it does make it look slightly better. And it doesn't affect performance too much. It's probably one of the least performance consuming shaders that you can get that look this good. Let's go see if I can. Now the second shader is Sildur's Basic. I use this one quite a lot, and if you watch Sammy Green or Purple, then you also probably have seen this shader quite a lot. Now, before I get into this shader, I'm just going to say you can always see my FPS in the top left, just to see which ones sort of confirm how good. And this one gives quite a lot of FPS, and it doesn't really hurt the performance too much. And the main thing that this one adds is mainly just, it makes the colours of the game more vibrant. It doesn't really improve shadows or anything like that too much. It's really just to make the game look slightly more nicer. Let's walk back. But yeah, this shader is one of my favourite shaders for doing PvP in, just because it doesn't really affect FPS or really the gameplay too much at all, and it makes it look a lot more vibrant and just nicer on the eyes. Because default Minecraft is quite dull with its colours, but with this pack it looks a lot more vibrant and colourful. So if that's what you're into, then this pack is certainly for you, and it doesn't even really affect FPS too badly. Right over there. It's back there. I will just be showing some basic gameplay with all of these shader packs, just for you to be able to see them and sort of experience what they're like, and then you can look in the description for all the downloads just to test them out for yourself to see which one you like the best. Yeah, but this is definitely one of the more colourful shader packs that there are. Yeah, but this is definitely one of the more colourful shader packs that there are, and it also works quite well if you like the vanilla experience and you don't really want too much of a difference with... he's already gone to get that bed. Yeah, but it's really good if you don't really want too much of a difference with how the game actually looks. It's more of just a sort of pack that just makes it look nicer. It doesn't really, it's not a complete overhaul of the sort of vanilla lighting. It's just more of some sort of slight improvements with just the colours and stuff like that. Something up there.
Bruh.
Now these next ones are just some lagless shaders, and they are quite a lot darker than the other ones, but they do provide about the same FPS, maybe slightly less. But they are quite a good one if you just don't want there to be too much lag, and they work quite well if this is the sort of aesthetic you want to be in your Bedwars games, or just PvP, or just Minecraft in general. Now I will say I prefer the other two to this shader, but this shader is still quite good and gives you still decent enough FPS. How did Aqua die so quickly? I'm gonna grab his stuff from his gem, and I'm gonna grab some tools, just so I can destroy this guy's bed if I get to it. I'm gonna see if I can get myself a stone sword. Yeah, there we go. Oh no. Second place. This is our second to last shader. It's our fourth shader, which is our second to last shader, and it is Sildur's Vibrant. Now there are different tiers of this, but I'm going with the max tier just to show you what it looks like. But the other sort of versions, like the light one and the medium one, do look very similar, and you will get high performance with the sort of lower tier ones if you have a less powerful graphics card. And if you saw my first video on my channel, if you scroll back to probably about a month ago now, you'll see that I used the shader in that video, and it's not my favourite shader, but it's decent, but it's definitely not my favourite one. Well, for this shader I'm just going into duos just to show you what it looks like in different sort of scenarios. There we go. That wasn't great. With this girl, I guess. Yeah, but a lot of people that I've spoken to really seem to like this shader. It's not my favourite shader, but my bed's been destroyed. But it still is pretty decent. It's not the best, but it is, in my opinion, quite good. Now this is it sort of says it in the name, it's quite a vibrant shader, and it is one of the more extreme shaders. It really completely changes how the game looks. And you can see right here there's like shiny bits, there's like sort of light bits, it changes the game entirely with its aesthetic. Hello! Yeah, that was quite pointless since they're just gonna come over and try and kill me now. So most of the time I am sitting above 150 FPS with this one. Sometimes it dips around to about, wait no, that's my friend. Sometimes it does dip around to about 100, but usually it sustains still quite a high FPS. And with the lighter versions, obviously it'll give you even more FPS. You could be seeing, with the light one, you could be seeing almost as much FPS as with the other Sildur's packs, the basic and the enhanced default. But yeah, this is quite a good shader pack, and a lot of people that are really into shaders will like this shader pack. Now these shaders are by far the most power hungry shaders. These are BSLs, and they are, in my opinion, best looking, although they are by far the ones that will give you the least FPS, and they're ones that aren't really used too much for PvP, but I think they look quite good, and if you have a good enough computer then you should test them out, but it is definitely a more sort of power hungry shader compared to the other ones, especially the first three, which were quite light shaders in comparison. It's blue over there. Yeah, but this is definitely, probably, in my opinion, the most realistic shader, the one that looks very sort of natural and looks quite nice in my opinion, although I wouldn't say I'd use this too much for PvP just because of the amount of performance you're losing with it compared to the other ones, and especially if you have a sort of worse PC, then you shouldn't use this for PvP at all. Yeah, but if you have a sort of lower end PC, then you shouldn't really be using this for PvP, but rather the other ones. And I'd say in general, I think the other ones work better for PvP anyways. I can see you, I'm not blind. Oh shit. Glazed in barbecue sauce. So you can actually eliminate these guys to become the king of Hypixel Bedwars. There we go, is that him dead? Yep. Bro, come on. But yeah guys, if you did so happen to enjoy this video, then be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, because we're just about to reach 1,000 subscribers. But apart from that, thank you for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and be sure to hit the notification bell to keep updated with my uploads. But apart from that, thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video. Goodbye. Also, be sure to tell me what your favourite texture pack is, in this video, because I will have all the links in the description if any of you want to test them out or even just use them in general. But apart from that, goodbye.